Yo, what's up? It's New Rage, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this loop. Alright, so as you can see, I bounced all these tracks out, but I do keep the MIDI for all these. So the first thing that's played is this progression right here. This is the main backbone of the melody. It's not very complex. I just do the basic chord and then I keep adding on top of it. So that sounds like this with the ample keys. And so on this is just chorus, ozone imager, and reverb. And I use that that's like a basic preset that I just drag and drop onto my pads and keys. Next up is the frog pad, which plays the exact same progression. And I also use this pad in another one of my tutorials on how to make beats for Bryson Tiller. And it sounds like this. So again, I drag the exact same preset on. It's the ozone imager, chorus, and reverb. Next up is this bass called Nature, and it's playing the root notes. It sounds like this. So now let's listen to the first three all together. So already it gives a nice vibe. Now I added some vocals. So for these vocals, I just sang some random lyrics and hummed a little bit. I added autotune, compression, reverb, and I EQ'd it. It sounds like this. So I added a really short reverb to this to give it a small room effect. The next thing I added was the serum pad. This pad plays the same chord progression as the first two keys. And lastly, I added these perk loops that sound like this. Next, I decided to switch it up for the second bar of the loop, and I added this analog lab pad. I also added this pad called 50. It's a one shot. Again, I just drug my preset on that. It's reverb, chorus, and ozone imager. For the second bar, I decided to switch up my vocals, and I just said some different things and hummed some different melodies. Let me tell you something. Altogether, it sounds like this. Then, for processing, I added this EQ chain, just getting rid of some of the low frequencies to get rid of the muddiness, and I lowered some around the 1K range to make it easier to hear claps. Then, I added the RC20, these presets, very basic. Then, I pitched the sample down too. Now we get our sample. Now, let's cook up with it. Alright, now that I have the loop in, I'm going to start off by adding an EQ. I'm going to get rid of the low frequencies. And I'm also going to get rid of some of the high frequencies. Now it sounds like this. Now I just picked this respace and I'm going to add in the root notes. Alright, now that I have that in, I'm just going to add an EQ and I'm going to roll off some of the highs. Something you can do in FL Studio is to use the Fruity Love filter and then mess around with the cutoff. It makes it sound way better, but for this, I'm just going to use the EQ8. I'm also going to add a chorus to give it a nice effect. Alright, I have my hi-hat selected, now I'm just going to make a really basic pattern. Alright, now I'm going to find, just from hearing what I have so far, I already picked out the snare in my mind, and I know it's going to be this one. This is the Rockstar snare from the Rock kit. Love this snare. I'm going to add some reverb to this snare, give it some space, and I'm also going to do the same thing to the hi-hat. Next, I'm gonna add a halftime on the hi-hat, and I'm gonna put the mix down pretty low. Alright, now that I got the basic bounce, now I'm gonna add in this kick, get a basic pattern going. So when going through my sounds, I found this. It's called the Duke Clap. Right now it doesn't sound good, but I'm gonna add some reverb to it, turn the mix up pretty high, and add a good delay. The hi-hats are really basic, and I want to make them a little bit more complex, so I'm going to add a second hi-hat in. So I just added a short reverb here, put the mix to 100%, and now I'm going to turn it down. much better. Okay, well, I have more decay though. A little bit less decay. So that's pretty basic, but Nav likes his beats basic and spacey. I left it with lots of room to do whatever he would want to do on it. So now I'm just gonna mix it and arrange it. So one trick I like to do is I like to create an audio track. Right where it says external in, I'm going to change it to resampling. Click the record button, and I'm going to solo the 2 tracks I want to record, and I'm going to resample the hi-hat tracks. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add a halftime to it. And I'm going to use this for the intro. Turn it way down and almost use that as a perk loop. Also gonna add some reverb to it. Nothing too big, but I am gonna turn the dry wet up. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to DM me on Instagram. It's gonna be on the screen right now. And let me know if you guys are liking the tutorials I'm doing and if you guys have any suggestions, because I like making these videos for you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. Give me a follow on Instagram. See you later.